there, George.
Hi.
Is it okay if we ask you 13 questions?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so first, tell us about yourself.
So I'm George Washington, and I've served out roughly 31 years in the military. I served in the Virginia Militia. I served in the French and Indian War, or the 7 Years' War, and also obviously the American Revolution, where I was the commander of the Continental Army. And it did come with some struggles, but it's okay.
What was your strategy for the Battle of Long Island?
Since we beat the British in Boston, I knew they were going to strike back and they were going to strike hard. So I planned to strengthen our posts in Manhattan and Brooklyn Heights. And the British General Howe did catch us off guard in the Jamaican Pass, and we had to evacuate Long Island.
What happened at the Battle of Harlem Heights?
Our U.S. troops had won after I told them to flank attack on Howe's forces, and the British troops had to retreat.
Why did the British target Fort Washington?
They targeted it since we were defeated at White Plains, and Howe moved his forces to focus on our last post in Manhattan. Originally, I wanted to abandon the fort, but I was convinced to stay, and we ended up losing anyway. So,
Wow, that really sucks.
yeah.
What was your involvement in the Battle of Fort Washington?
Well, since I didn't believe abandoning the fort was that good of an idea, General Greene said we should continue to defend it. And I had faith they could execute and be victorious after me and my generals did end up fleeing to the opposite side of the Hudson.
Do you regret leaving Fort Washington during the attack?
Not necessarily. It was the most logical thing to do at the fort, as the fort was being surrounded, and I was not alone. I was also with Generals Israel Putnam, Hugh Mercier, and Nathaniel Greene. Our original purpose was to see the current defensive state of the post.
What was the most stressful point in the war for you?
I would say the Saratoga campaign, because it was essentially the make or break of my career. We needed that win, and I simply could not provide that. However, General Horatio Gates helped us lead to victory. Yes, I'm happy we won, but it's one of the best feelings to be replaced, even if it was just for a moment.
This battle was a pivoting point in the war. Why is that?
Because it ended up with the Spanish coming to our side and aligning with us, and the French too.
How did you feel about the Redcoats?
Honestly, I don't have that much of a problem with them. King George even said I was the best mind at our time. And I think a lot of British citizens still feel good about me, but I don't really align with their politics and morals like I did in the past.
Wow. Was there ever a point in the war where you regretted joining the colonist side?
Not really, actually. I always supported the revolution because the tyranny had just gotten out of hand and things needed to be changed. Taxation was out of hand, and any efforts we had previously made were just not severe enough to change the British's entitlement.
Wow, that's really impressive. And how would you compare the French and Indian War to the Revolutionary War?
The French and Indian War, I definitely had more wins, and during the American Revolution, I suffered a lot of losses, which is hard. Especially, I was such a prominent leader, and a lot of people looked up to me. So.
Yeah. So you would say that you enjoy fighting for America more than Britain?
Yeah, definitely. I just stand for America's new policies and what's being created here. I think it's a really good environment. I think that we're better.
Wow, that's really great to hear. Thank you so much for doing 13 Questions with Vogue. It was so great to hear from you.
Bye, guys!